Imagine, for a moment, a world where shadows guide your every belief about life, existence, and knowledge. What we perceive as reality is often a mere fragment of what truly is. But what if reality is far beyond what we see? Nearly 2.5 millennia ago, the philosopher Plato pondered this enigma, crafting an allegory that still resonates with us today. In his Allegory of the Cave, Plato invites us to question our perceptions, challenging the very fabric of our understanding. Join me on a journey into the depths of thought as we explore what is reality through Plato's timeless parable. This is Philosophy Pulse. In a dimly lit cave, far from the light of the sun, prisoners have been chained since birth. Their limbs and heads are fixed in place, forced to gaze upon the cave's cold, shadowy wall. Behind them, a fire burns. Between the prisoners and this fire, people walk along a pathway, holding objects above their heads. These objects cast shadows on the wall in front of the captives. The prisoners watch these shadows, and over time they begin to attribute forms to them: animals, people, plants, creating a reality based solely on these vague silhouettes. Echoes bounce off the cave's walls, coming from those who speak as they pass the fire. These echoes reach the prisoners' ears, and they assign voices to the shadows. For these prisoners, the shadows and echoes define reality. It's all they know, because never having seen the world outside, they believe these projections are all that exists. But what happens when a prisoner breaks free? Initially, blinded by the light, he stumbles towards the fire, overwhelmed by its brilliance and the clarity of real objects. As his eyes adjust to the sunlight, the true forms of the objects around him come into focus. These are not mere shadows, but real entities with depth and detail. Upon returning to the cave, the enlightened prisoner tries to share his discovery. But those still chained view him with skepticism and disbelief. They cannot grasp the possibility of a world beyond the shadows, reluctant to release their grip on what they've always known. The allegory challenges us. What are our shadows? What realities might we be blind to? To fully grasp the depths of the allegory of the cave, we must venture back to ancient Greece, a cradle of Western philosophy and the birthplace of Plato. Plato, born into a society steeped in artistic and intellectual revolution, was a student of Socrates and later a teacher to Aristotle, forming a trio that would shape philosophical thought for centuries. In his works, Plato often explored the themes of reality and perception, with the allegory of the cave appearing in his seminal work, The Republic, a treatise on justice, governance, and philosophy. The Republic challenges us to consider the nature of reality versus perception, urging its readers to recognize the importance of enlightenment and the pursuit of truth. Plato's academy, the first institution of higher learning in the Western world, became a beacon of knowledge where philosophy intertwined with every aspect of human inquiry. With this rich historical backdrop, the allegory of the cave not only questions our grasp of reality, but also serves as a timeless reminder of the power of education and the philosopher's quest for truth. Plato's Allegory of the Cave is not merely a tale from ancient texts, but a profound metaphor that questions the very nature of reality. It compels us to ponder what is true. Are our perceived realities merely shadows cast by truths we cannot see because we are chained by ignorance or misunderstanding? At its core, the allegory challenges us to seek enlightenment, representing the philosopher's path from darkness to light. It reflects Plato's belief that the ultimate goal of education isn't just knowledge acquisition, but the transformation it brings, freeing the mind to perceive the forms, the highest and most fundamental form of reality. This journey from the cave into the light is a personal and intellectual awakening. It asks us to consider how our own beliefs might be confined by the caves we inhabit, whether those are ideological, cultural, or psychological. Plato invites us to break our chains, step out of the cave, and embrace a broader perspective. In today's world, the allegory still resonates deeply, suggesting that many of us view reality through a mediated lens of social media, popular culture, and technology, which can distort our understanding of the world. Just like the prisoners, are we too content to accept shadows as reality without questioning the substance? Plato's vision compels us to explore beyond the surface, to question and seek the truth actively. It is a call to philosophical awakening, urging us not only to observe the world, but to actively engage in understanding its deeper truths. As we contemplate the shadows of our existence, we must decide whether to remain in the comfort of darkness or venture towards the light of knowledge. As we traverse from ancient philosophy to modern realities, Plato's Allegory of the Cave reveals its timeless relevance. Today, the shadows on the wall are not formed by fires and figurines, but by the flickering lights of our screens, smartphones, computers, and televisions that shape our perceptions of reality. These modern caves are spaces of comfort and familiarity, where information is pre-filtered and presented in a digestible format. Just as the prisoners in the allegory mistook shadows for reality, we too risk accepting curated media representations as the full scope of truth without seeking to understand or challenge their origins. The implications of Plato's insights extend into our consumption of news and social media. Here, reality is often a constructed narrative shaped by those who control the light, media moguls, technology giants, and influencers. How much of what we know is merely shadows cast by others' interests? Breaking free from these modern chains requires critical thinking and a willingness to question. It demands that we step outside our ideological echo chambers to engage directly with different perspectives. Just as the freed prisoner was initially blinded by the light, we too may find this process disorienting, yet ultimately enlightening. As digital citizens, it is essential to differentiate between the shadows and the substance. Plato's allegory urges us to look beyond the superficial, to seek understanding beyond the cave. By embracing curiosity and fostering genuine interactions, we illuminate the path toward a clearer, more authentic grasp of reality. As we conclude our exploration of Plato's Allegory of the Cave, we are reminded of the profound impact that philosophy has on our understanding of the world. This allegory, more than just a philosophical exercise, serves as a beacon guiding us towards questioning and understanding the depths of our own perceptions and the realities we accept. The journey from the shadows into the light is not just a metaphorical path walked by ancient philosophers. It is a challenge that each of us faces today. It compels us to seek beyond the surface appearances, to question the veracity of the shadows cast by our contemporary caves, be they media, culture, or societal norms. In embracing this challenge, we align ourselves with a long tradition of thinkers who have not only questioned the nature of reality, but have dared to redefine it. As we ponder the allegory of the cave, let us carry forward this legacy of inquiry, fostering a culture that values deep understanding and critical thinking in the pursuit of truth. Thank you for joining me on this philosophical journey. Let this exploration be the catalyst for your own intellectual awakening. Engage with the ideas presented, discuss them within your communities, and let your curiosity lead you beyond the shadows. Subscribe to stay connected and continue exploring with us as we seek to ignite curiosity and expand minds together. Dive into the depths of thought and explore the puzzles of existence. Engage your curiosity. Subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss a session of deep thinking and lively debate. Join us Let's think, question, and engage curiosity together.